Sooner Scoop HD.
Use it in every aspect of who I am. I use it with my kids. I use it in recruiting. I use it with my players because it's real and that's who I am. It's authentic. And, poetry has really played a big role in developing me an expression of my feelings and ways that I motivate players and ways that I motivate people. And that's always my goal of a poem, to motivate and inspire.
Todd, you can't by rule talk about recruiting, obviously, but you can recruits, I should say, but you can talk about the philosophy of recruiting and how important it is for a first-year staff. You guys going in, just getting ready to start training camp, and you finish June and July like you guys did in recruiting. How important was that just to try to establish the culture, to get to let guys know who you all are?
I tell you what, we always talk about in our culture, break the tape with your face. And we got that image of a sprinter, finishing and straining and leaning forward through the tape. And that's what we want to do. This old saying, and that's cliche, it's not how you start, but how you finish. And, that's what we're trying to do with recruiting, man. And it starts with the relationships and having a real one and vetting out the people who aren't about that, who aren't about relationships, and making sure you're on the right guys, which is people who want to, develop as a whole person, spiritually, academically, socially, and athletically. And guys that are seeking what you got. You go to the store, you're going for a reason. It's because that store has what you're looking for. And that's what we want to be. We want people here who are looking for what we have. And we got something great.
Is it human nature sometimes maybe to doubt yourself when you're at a new place and you've not worked with certain people before and you're doing something for the first time, and all of a sudden, wow, maybe this is going to be more difficult than you think? And then you guys had the summer that you have, and it's like, no, we knew what we were doing all along.
Oh man, I tell you what. I mean, it's hard. Change is hard. You get the chance to grow though. You get the chance to not only to grow your network whenever you meet new people, and when you're trying to implement a culture, something that is different than what your players had. That's always tough, but our guys have actually made it easy because they're actually hungry for it. They actually want what we're serving, because that's what we're doing, man. We're serving them and nurturing them, and the recruits, man, they've came in and they seeming to love what we're doing here, and it's all about the family atmosphere and the culture that we're building.
Does it almost reemphasize what the culture is when you get the immediate buy-in, and technically you guys haven't even coached a game yet?
I mean, man, could you ask that one more time?
Just as far as the buy-in, is it kind of reinforce the culture that you guys have instilled when you guys haven't even coached a game yet? And it seems like tenfold, whether it's the locker room or the recruiting side of things, everybody's buying into a belief into what you guys are building.
Yes. I mean, when you get that buy-in from your players, man, that's just like it is affirming, and it is a breath of fresh air that they want what you have, and that it's not pulling teeth, to get them to buy in. And that's what we've experienced. We've experienced guys who want what we have, man, and that's been refreshing.
Todd, how great has it been to watch Miguel on the trail and kind of grow into his own coach?
Man, he's been ready. That's the thing. It's a saying, it's better to not have an opportunity and be ready for one than to not be ready when you get one. And I think he's the perfect example of being ready when your opportunity comes. Work is where opportunity roars and knocks. That's the acronym for work. And he put in the work. So he's earned where he's at, man, and he's doing great, man. I can't do nothing but smile because, I've had him right there as my guy for 5 years, and just knowing that he's ready and getting a chance to see him doing it. It's awesome.
You've been around Brent for a while. It's kind of a silly question. What do you think he'll be like on game day in terms of a get-back coach? We see someone pulling him back, and what do you think his persona is going to be on the sideline? Are we going to see the Brent that coached hard at Clemson at Oklahoma too?
That's the same. Yeah, he's the same, man, every day. That's one thing I'll tell you about Coach Venables. He's got the same every day. He's going to be intense. He's going to be passionate. He's going to be locked in on trying to put his players in the best position to win the game. And that get-back coach better do some curls.
Also, I've been asking coaches the same question. Do you have a favorite memory of fall camp? Something as a player or a coach, just a story that kind of makes you smile?
Fall camp. Just as a player.
Yeah, a player or coach, either.
Man, I do. Like, as a player, this goes way back. Now, you're making me go back 21 years, believe that or not. Time has flown. But we had like a little, how the rookies in the NFL do a rookie camp. We had a freshman camp. And, man, we had only 3 linebackers come in. So I played linebacker for like 2 weeks. All right, then they put my hand in the dirt. But we had only 3 come in for camp. So all of us were on the field all the time. So we were dog tired. But I mustered up enough strength to drop to the hook curl and drive on a route and pick it off and take it to the house. And that was like a breakthrough moment for me. I hadn't had a lot go right in camp, and it boosted my confidence. And so that reminds me to celebrate my guys. You know, you got incoming freshmen that are at different places mentally. And early on, you're finding your way, you know, as a recruit. You're going from a recruit to a player, and you're finding your way. And you believe that you can do it, but in the back of your mind, there may be a little doubt. And when you have that success, that builds your confidence. So I always use that experience of mine where I got that pick 6, just for the record, to help build my guys' confidence. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Todd, going back to Miguel, was there a moment when you first got around him when you're like, this guy's wired a little bit differently?
Man, yeah. I mean, when I first met him, got a big personality, and it's genuine, it's authentic. That's who he is, and a lot like myself, but we're alike, but we're different. And he's more outgoing. I'm more laid back, and we balance each other out to the fullest. And he calls me his voice of reason a lot of times. So it's been great just watching him have the success that he's had.
How good can Isaiah Cope be?
He can be really good. He's got to put in the work, man. He's done that all summer. It's just got to be a continuation and an and one. He's got to do that, man. Got to show up in camp and just roll his sleeves up and continue to grind. And that's not just on the field. That's in the film room. That's it. That's taking care of your body and making sure you're available. You know, that's in camp. That's the thing. It's a quick turnaround, and you're right back at it. And you know, the best ability is availability, and that's where some guys miss the boat if they're not ready to go.
It would seem with Jeffrey Johnson, everything that you would think that comes with him, leadership, captain, former team, it's every day. It's a business. I think professional is one of the words that was used during the spring.
Yes, he is a pro, man, and he's shown up and brought that mentality to our room to where, you know, film is, you know, it's not just a plus that you're doing extra. He's made it to where it's a mandatory thing for those guys, and it's player-led, and that's the best type of leadership you can have, you know, when it's coming intrinsically from the players. And yes, sir.
Has Jalen Redmond turned that corner yet for you?
He's had a great summer, so I'm looking forward to him finishing it with a great fall camp. And I couldn't be more proud of the way he handled everything from the spring over the summer and how he's transitioning and just being positive and being a leader for us in our room.
Sooner Scoop HD.